Hey everyone, it's Lindsay from My Crafty Plans. Welcome back to my channel, or if you are new here, welcome. Today I am going to be sharing my weekly planning routine with you, working all the way through from MakseLife to meal planning, as I like to say. So we will be starting by breaking down my January goals for the week ahead, which is the week of January 2nd. For me, this is the first week that I'm planning for this year. I actually took almost the whole week off from any kind of planning. I did like a couple of daily duo spreads, like daily planner spreads. I did not create weekly action items. I was on winter break, hanging out with the kids, hanging with family time, just did kind of like some bare bones planning to make sure that everything was getting done and we had plans, but I did not do like a weekly overview spread or a MakseLife weekly action items. That's actually the only week of the whole year that I didn't do any weekly action items, but it was a really nice break, a really nice reset. I've had plenty of time to digest my goals, both my annual and my January goals at this point. So I'm really excited to jump back into real life. Kids are back in school. While I'm filming this, kids will be back in school as of tomorrow. So really excited to dive back into everything. If you saw my January goals video, you know I've got a lot on my plate this month and a lot going on. So definitely want to get everything all set up. So we will be starting with my MakseLife quarterly companion notebooks. That is where I will be doing my weekly action items in for this week. Then we will move on to my weekly overview spread. If you saw my planner lineup video, I will be using a number of different planners throughout the year, week to week, mixing it up. I am just going to be a total planner hopper this year for my weekly overview spreads and just have so much fun experimenting. I find a weekly overview spread essential, but I've been having a really hard time committing to a particular planner or style, and I just want to kind of try all of the things. I've got so many fun planners to try out, so that will be my weekly overview spread. As you can maybe see, I've got another MakseLife on my desk for this. This is actually the Horizontal Flagship, so I will be using the horizontal spread in here. I'm not going to do my weekly action items in here. I want to keep them in my companion notebook, but I will be planning for this week, January 2nd, in this horizontal format. I'm really excited to try and play around with some horizontal layouts this year. I've typically been a vertical planner, but I'm really excited for this, and I think it works super nicely for a weekly overview spread. I've also got my daily duo here. As I'm filming this video, it is actually currently Monday the 2nd, and this is what my day looked like when I sat down with my planner, but we actually had a really amazingly fun and very busy day, and it is now Monday night, and I'm gonna get set up for Tuesday, and also for the week. Usually this would be, like, this is probably later than I've ever filmed a weekly planning routine, but because this Monday was a holiday, I'm counting this as part of winter break and saying that my week starts tomorrow, and I have absolutely no problem with that. I really do feel like I need to get my weekly action items done, especially because I'm just feeling very discombobulated, and I know like the kids are going back to school and we're going back to life and all of that kind of stuff, but we've just had a really wonderful break, and I'm glad that I'm going to be able to get this done, but I'm not like stressed about having not had it done, you know, this over the weekend or on Friday. Friday is usually the day that I like to plan for the following week, because I do like to do it when the kids are in school, but sometimes it happens over the weekend, and I just really do like to have it before the week starts. But again, I'm lumping this Monday in with the rest of winter break and into December, and we are starting fresh on Tuesday with the first day of back to school. So I'm gonna jump in with my MakseLife. Again, apologies for the long intro. I just feel like there's a lot of housekeeping. So these were my January goals, and then this is what I am gonna do. This is the first week of the year. I know that the first week of the year was technically like the December 26th week, but I am not going to. I'm gonna count this as the week 1 of the year because this is my first week of the year. So I've got these stickers. They're both from Lexi Kylie Designs. This one I haven't even hauled yet, but one says week, it has like the weeks of the year, so like week 1, week 2, all the way up to week 52. And then this one has the dates week. So like the sticker here says Jan 2nd to Jan 8th, which is the Monday start week. She's got a Sunday start and a Monday start version, which I thought was so cool. And I thought this would be so fun to use in here in my MakseLife this year, just to like make it look super, super neat. I'm just wondering if I want to all on one side or just put them on the other. I like that. I may change my mind about that going forward, but just thought this would be so fun to use like this for this year. So I've got my favorite Easy Reflection stencil because I cannot think right now That is my like basic Amazon stencil. That is from the bullet journal set. I've got that linked in my Amazon store if you are looking for it. The whole set is like under $10 and it comes with a bunch of stencils. That's the one that I use the most because it's perfect for setting up the reflections page. I do sometimes like doodle in something else or draw something more custom or use a different stencil, but I always do the same categories of reflections, which are the same questions that are printed right across the top, which is your wins, what's working, what's not working, any lessons learned, adjustments needed, and I like to have a section for like notes for next week as well. And I don't consider like adjustments, maybe like how you tweak your interaction with a habit or how you adjust something in your mindset or adjust a specific habit. Whereas like next week is more of like practical, like, oh, don't forget next week you're supposed to be working on this project or you have this deadline, just like the more practical side. So it's not necessarily reflections, but I find it really helpful to have in that space. So again, got a lot of stuff going on in my January goals. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start with finances, and next, and my focus is definitely gonna be on the year-end stuff. And I'm just gonna try and keep reminding myself that this is a short week, and particularly using a Monday, it makes things kind of challenging because Monday is one of the days that all of the kids go to school because our little one only goes part-time. She goes Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So losing like a day where all of the kids are in school. And then also Monday is usually my busiest work day. So then I have to like kind of push some of my work stuff. So it's harder for me to lose a Monday than it is probably any other day of the week. And then I've also, in addition to my goals, I'm also just taking a quick look at my January calendar. That video is also already up. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything. And okay, so for this week, I want to do my December monthly checks, regular financial tracking information that I gather at the end of every month, plus an annual wrap up. And then I also need to transfer some money over to our brokerage accounts, like our long-term savings. And then I think I'm gonna just go ahead and take care of the spreadsheet that I used to do my monthly checks. I want to give it like a little bit of an upgrade, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that this week as well. And I'm not gonna tackle any of like my business finance goals that are on the docket for this month or my channel's finance goals for this month because that doesn't need to happen more until mid-month. So I'll focus on the kind of personal finances and family finances first, and then we'll move on. So I am going to swing. I'm not sure what my focus is going to be yet because I've got like 3 things on my mind in different areas. So first I do want to follow up on a basement quote that is like back in our court. We've been going back and forth a lot. If you don't know, we are planning on finishing our basement and we have just been going back and forth with the contractor like a lot. Anyway, then I also, I want to clean up a little bit in the basement if I can. I always feel like at the beginning of January, my like goal setting and like get things done energy is very high, especially when the kids like go back to school. So try and take advantage of that, not like get overwhelmed, but definitely try and take advantage of that like good early in the year energy. And this was over winter break, if you missed my January goal setting video, I did overflow my washing machine that's down there, and so we like pushed a bunch of stuff into the middle of the room out of the way. Everything was like already up high because this is the second time that that's happened, and I need to just like put the shelves back and everything, and also stop doing that. Cover this one and draw a line in the middle, and then go do another one because I have. All right, so I whited that out and I'm gonna just put a dotted line down the middle. Those are like the 2 basement related things, and then I've got 2 habits for this month. So I think I'll use the hexagons for the habits. And just like a good way to distinguish them. And the first one is gonna be to wipe the table like the dinner table every night after dinner is part of the like daily cleaning thing. And then the second one is, which is not on the list, but we just cleaned my car, and my husband told me slash the kids that we're not allowed to eat in the car anymore. I mean, the kids are not allowed to eat in the car anymore because it was so disgusting. So we're gonna say no food in the car, keep the car clean. So we washed my car today on the inside. We like vacuumed it. And I was like, oh my goodness, it's so clean. And my husband was like, this is like, your car clean is like the dirtiest my car ever is. I've got kids just like, as soon as they get in the car, they're like, give me a snack. And it's usually like the after school, like I feel like they're so hungry they can't wait till they get home, but we're gonna try. We are going to try. We live like around the corner from school, so it's not a big deal. And that coloring is my new favorite stencil trick if you haven't already seen me doing it. Okay, so next up, I'm just gonna go right up from here, and I don't really have like too much in this. So just check back in with my fellow PTA parents and see what's going on. We've got a meeting next week, see if there's anything we need for that. And then also just, practice kindness and watch my tone and interactions and all of that good things, which is usually on my list. And then I am gonna jump down to family and relationship before I swing back to the other one. Okay. School routines. I think it's all kind of like so here there's like nothing concrete, it's all habits, and we are all just diving back in to regular life, all of the school routines, homework, TV time, helping out with cleaning, all of the things that the kids are usually doing. We are getting back to that. So I think I'm gonna go up to fun and recreation. We've already actually got like a lot of plans this weekend. So 2 things for that, and then also want to look at this weekend. So, okay. So we'll need weekend plans for one of the days. Then we've got 2 birthday parties this weekend, and I will need to check our gifts. So we've got like a pile that we call the giving pile of presents that we regift throughout the year. It was very depleted at the end of the year, but has been replenished with some Christmas gifts. So gotta check that out, see if I need to buy some gifts or if we have stuff that we can give. And then also our usual, and then the last thing is I do wanna go ahead and look into the ski weekend. I won't say necessarily book, although I would actually like to book it, but we'll see if that happens this weekend, this week. But because that is like a thing that would be coming up in the next month or so, I do want to jump on that early in the month, whereas I'll save the spring break stuff that I have on my goals for later in the month. So I'm just gonna do the 2 habits for this month, the skincare routine and the taking movement breaks. And then I will tackle some of the more challenging things on my goals later in the month when I feel like a little bit more grounded and ready for that. I feel like I have some more practical, low-hanging fruit things that I need to get under control before I tackle that. So then up, we've got personal and work. So okay, for work, I'll circle back with the focus areas. So I just need to follow up / book in my next freelance thing, either writing or a consulting project that I had been talking about with a client at the end of the year. And then other than that, on the other half of that with the channel stuff, I would like to work on my trackers. Oh, and then actually I think I'm gonna squeeze one more in here. Get back to my content planning routine. I feel like all of my focus for this week, just like my general focus, is like back from break. Actually, I might even just put that up at the top as a focus because it's like for everything. Putting start slow for health and wellness, and then, okay, we are back up in the personal category, and here, I guess at bedtime you usually put here. Put that back in, my bedtime at So I've got one habit, which is like my morning, I don't necessarily call it a routine or even like a wake up time, but try and be downstairs by 6:30 in the morning. And then the other part is just diving back into kind of all my general routines. And these are all things that I'm building on from last year. So even though it's the beginning of the year, I don't feel the need to like write them all out super explicitly. This is just returning to the stuff that I was doing at the end of the year before winter break, all of that. So there's nothing really new going on here. It's just kind of getting back to usual. And speaking of which, it's just gonna say, you know, give that a yellow focus for this week. Even though I don't have the most written down there, I just feel like that is like the vein that runs through everything. It's just kind of like diving into the new year, diving into back to life, returning from winter break. And even though that touches literally every area, I feel like the personal category, like just getting everything back in order, kind of makes me feel like this is like a personal oriented as the driving category, even though that's probably where I wrote like the second to least. I just am an overuser of exclamation points. I always, whenever I write an email, I like make myself go back through it after I'm done writing it and take out all of the exclamation points except for 1 to 2 in a personal context and all of them in a work context. I am just, everything I write in email and a text message and in life, I just am I'm a walking exclamation point. Is this gonna be so dark? Oh no, that's perfect. I was just thinking, is this too dark to highlight with? But it's actually not. All right, I know it probably looks really dark on camera, but I can clearly read it, not on camera. So that is my weekly actions. Let me zoom out so you can see them all. That is my weekly actions for the week. So I'm actually gonna grab my daily duo now. Usually I would do my weekly overview first, but it's around 8:45 and I don't know if I'm gonna have time to fully set up my weekly overview this evening. You will get to see the full like basic setup of that, of what it would be at the beginning of the week, or as much of it as I can film, but just because I am already feeling kind of tired and like I want to go read and I don't want to like rush it because I actually have pretty stickers picked out, so I am going to just go ahead. This is Monday. I just want to write in a couple of things, not anything on the checklist, but I did that. I'm working on this. I just want to put in like a couple of bare bone stuff here just while I remember. So we actually went to Panera this morning, and then we thought we were maybe gonna go to the mall, but we were like nothing's open, and we ended up going to this playground that's like not near our house at all. That was so fun. I saw pictures of it online. I was like looking for a playground nearby because it was also so nice. And this playground was like insane. It had a zip line and it was like really huge and the kids had so much fun. And we actually ended up staying there all the way until like for more than 2 hours, which that's a really long time at a playground. And then we took the kids to the movies and we went and saw like to one of those movie theaters where they serve like actual food, not just popcorn. And we went to the movies and we saw Puss in Boots, and even like the little 2.5-year-old went. That was her first time in a movie theater. The movie was cute. I'm not like the hugest fan of children's movies, but it was really fun and the 2-year-old did like so well. She was so good until like the very end and then she was like a little bit starting to lose it, but she stayed pretty quiet and she just ended up having to do a little seat shuffling. But we had a really fun time and my big kid was like so happy and it was really fun, and we surprised the kids with it. We like didn't tell them that's what we were doing. And then in the afternoon, usually I do not like backfill in my daily duo and I will just leave it, but just because it's like the very beginning of the year, it's like the second day in this planner, I do just kind of want to have this planned out. I'm not going to add anything else into like the to-do list or anything like that. I also haven't like written it down in my like memory planner tracker thing yet, so. I've got these snowflakes pulled out on my desk. They're also from Lexi Kylie Design, who is also has the kit that I'm planning to use is also from that. I may just like grab a couple of these. And I've got a bunch of washies actually that I used in my January setup, which like I use this peach color in my January setup. So I do feel like it matches super well. These fireworks. This was the substitute New Year's holiday, so that works. So I just wrote that it was the absolute perfect end to winter break. Honestly, it was just like the most fun day. So let's quickly set up for Tuesday. It is supposed to rain tomorrow. So dive back into our usual morning routine, getting everybody all ready to go, the bus drop, and then hanging with the baby, but I also have to finish some work. And I can also get the basement cleaned up because she loves to go down there. And then when she takes her nap in the afternoon, hopefully my other stuff will be mostly done, but I will have to just finish up a little bit more work, and then also hopefully I can finish up this video and have my planner all the way the rest set up. So and get all prepped for Wednesday, and then we're back to the regular schedule. All right. All right, so I just made myself a little to-do list. I am gonna leave this area blank because I have a feeling I'm gonna wanna add in some checklist stuff for later. And as I suspected, it's now 9 p.m. and I would really like to read a little bit before bed, and I don't really feel like setting up my weekly overview. I've at least got tomorrow planned, and I do have my weekly action items still. I am going to set up my overview tomorrow while the baby is napping, and that will be fun, and I can do that and do some content planning, and then I will feel all set up for the rest of the week. So this is going to be a little bit of a catch up and compressed planning routine schedule, but that is life, and that is just what happened, and I would not trade our winter break or our day-to-day for anything because it was so much fun. So I will be back in video time in like 2 seconds in real time tomorrow to set up my weekly overview. All right, so now it is Tuesday. It's around 2 p.m. I am just moving a little bit more slowly than I would like to, but I have gotten a lot of stuff done, including all of my work. So that's all we're kind of in for today. Before I set up for Wednesday and the rest of this week, I do want to get my weekly overview spread all finished up. I feel like usually if I was this far into the week, I would probably just do like a really simple overview, like use my ink and bold dashboard or like the little MakseLife weekly planner thing, but I've got this sticker kit, and I just feel like not only do I have like this sticker kit that I want to use from Alexi Kylie Designs, but I also just feel like because it's the first week of the year and I'm like jumping back in from winter break, I feel like having a nice weekly overview spread, even though it's Tuesday when I'm planning this already, is just going to help me like reconnect to planning and everything. So I really do want to just dive back into this. So that's what we're going to do, and I'm excited to try out using journaling stickers in a horizontal layout. I'm really excited to play around with the horizontal layout this year as well. I've just been really looking forward to that. I actually have a couple of different horizontal planners that I plan to try out this year, and this one, again, in case you missed it, is the MakseLife Flagship, but I'm only going to use the weekly spread in here. I do want to just keep all of my weekly action items together in my companion notebooks. Although, as usual, I do reserve the right to change my mind about that at a later date. So apologies if this one ends up a little bit chaotic. I am not really used to the horizontal layout yet, and I've never done like a horizontal layout that is this big. I've always been a vertical or an hourly planner. I do know that I want to use this box for my meals for the week, and I have already done meal planning for this week, at least I've done meal planning enough for this week. Jumping back in, I still actually need to set up. Lately, I've been using this this like monthly calendar that sticks to the fridge. It's from MC Squares. They actually sent it to me earlier last year, and it's really, really cool. Like it sticks to any shiny surface. All of their stuff does, but it's like a wet erase board or a dry erase board. And I literally just started writing squares. I don't know why, because I was saying squares. But yeah, anyway, so I've been using that, like setting it up as a monthly calendar. I did that all last month and I really liked it. So I'm going to do that again this month. And I still need to roll that over. I still do my meal planning weekly. Like I usually plan like Monday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. And then we're a little more flexible on the weekends. But I've just been putting it all up on the same monthly calendar, and that's been really helpful. So if you want to see more of that, definitely let me know. And I've also posted like a few things on Instagram and TikTok about it as well. So last night we had ground lamb, and we call it cheese wheel. It's from Trader Joe's. It's like a phyllo dough swirl filled with feta. And I swear my kids just go nuts for this thing. And it's so hard to find things that all three of them like. So this thing from Trader Joe's is so good. I don't go to Trader Joe's super often, but I do love it when I do. And we ate a bunch of Brussels sprouts. And then tonight I've got pork in the slow cooker, and we're having tacos. And it's Tuesday. My big kid was so excited. She's like, Taco Tuesday? Do that. And then on Wednesday we're gonna have snapper, which is like our favorite kind of fish these days. And we've got these freezer grilling veggies. And then Thursdays is our takeout night. I still need to get like the correct version of the Uni Pin pen, because apparently I bought the wrong one when I got super mad on that last haul. But it turns out it was my fault and I bought the wrong kind, so I still need to try that out. But in the meantime, I do have this Pilot Twin marker, which is my favorite of like the Sharpie style permanent ink markers that I sometimes use to write on the transparent stickers. I don't know where we're gonna get for takeout, but I'm gonna go ahead and I've got like 5 different stencils on my desk here. We've got our kids' meal, and then that is actually all I planned out. I haven't done Friday because we are very out of vegetables, because we actually did our shopping kind of like halfway through winter break. So we are kind of cleaning out the freezer veggies and need to get some more. So I don't really need to do planning for Monday because obviously Monday has already happened. This kit has like these kind of cool butterflies. They're not like, I don't know, they look like real bugs. They're not, that's not usually my style, but I do think they're pretty neat. And I love like just like the vibe of this kit. Oh, it even has like a thing that says word of the year. That's cool. I'm gonna have to work that in somewhere. I do have a word of the year with MakseLife, which is explore. That is part of like the MakseLife thing. Having a word of the year, I mean. I've also pulled out a bunch of markers and stuff to kind of use here as well. What I do want to put in here, like I said, I don't want to do like a whole back planning thing, but what I do want to put in here, that this was the last day of winter break. And these are my Zaire cream highlighters that I've been really loving lately. They are like from Amazon, and I think it's like a whole pack of them is like, I don't know, like 10 bucks. No, less than that. It was like $8 for a pack of like 12 or 15. So a good bargain highlighter, and they are double-sided. The only thing I will say about them is that the colors of the pen barrels and of the lids in many cases really poorly a match for the color of the highlighter, but overall the highlighter is very pretty. Just want to highlight that. It just was such a fun day, as I mentioned, and I just think that that looks really cute, and it's a great way to honor our last day of winter break, which was so much fun. So then on Tuesday, I was like, does this look like that like effect where it's, I can't tell if I like this or if it just looks too chaotic. I was thinking of it as like, you know, when you write something like long in cursive and then you do like the print on top of it. It's like kind of like that, except for they're both in print. And I actually just feel like maybe I should just wait it out. This is probably my favorite meal, but also like the kids, I don't know. This is just a consistent crowd pleaser. And it's so easy. We just buy like honestly almost any cut of like pork that's more of like a roast, and we just cook it in the slow cooker with salt and apple cider vinegar and a little bit of water, like just a little bit of liquid, and it just gets so delicious. And then we turn it into tacos and it's the best. Okay, so the Lexi Kylie kits always have these stickers that are like the printed like this with the black typeface that always just say like some little quote or something that's in lines. So this one says 12 chapters, 365 new chances. I really like that. Like the idea that you can start over every day and stuff. And I think that's a perfect one for Tuesday, since this is our back to school day here. We are going a little bit slower than I planned, but having a fun day nonetheless. So the things that I would like to do today, so this is the MakseLife stencil. So this is gonna line up with the lines here perfectly. And if you haven't seen my little trick, you don't know my little trick. Basically, if you make sure the metal piece of the stencil is covering up the line, then your checklist will line up perfectly. I also have these clear acrylic stencils from Chrissy Designs. And this one in particular is a line spacing sampler. So it has a couple of different widths, and you can see the width, it has the number printed on it, but it also can be used to size a planner. Now I know MakseLife is a 6mm planner, so that is this one right here. And it's actually the same as the Erin Condren A5 Daily Duo, which is very convenient for me since I use a lot of MakseLife and Erin Condren and Daily Duo stuff. So I'm gonna give myself 3 little checklists here. I am not going to backfill in stuff that I've already worked on for today. I do want to mark down that like my work's still published for today because of the holiday. We like crammed it all into one day rather than letting it linger till tomorrow. So I will do that. I actually just got that turned over for publishing like right before I started filming. So perfect timing. But the things that I still want to work on today, or that I would have put on this if I had set this up over the weekend or on Friday last week, are, again, Kanban board and short form content. Stuff is a little bit of a mess right now. I just have a bunch of like admin follow-up stuff that I need to take care of. All right, I think that's it for today. I will go in with some more decorations. Can I tell you that I already just love how this looks so much? I'm so excited. I knew, like, I was just had this vision of horizontal planning at the end of last year, and I was like, I feel like I know this is gonna be something for me, even though I've like literally never used a horizontal planner before. Okay, so Wednesday, exciting day. Kind of changing the dimensions of this box a little bit here. I guess I could have just drawn that in with a ruler, but kind of like half stencil, half rulered it. Okay, so Wednesday is our first all kids day back at school. Again, the baby goes part-time, so she doesn't have school on Tuesdays, so okay, so Wednesday night, Club Moxie has its kickoff call, and then the first training, the training for the month of January, is actually on the 5th. If you don't know, Club Moxie is MakseLife's training program, so it's a program that you have to pay to join. It's basically like a course taught by Sierra, who is the founder of MakseLife, that helps you dive in deeper to your goals. There's like a monthly training and a workbook that goes with that training, and then there's like a live Q&A thing, plus like a private Facebook group. It's a really wonderful coaching program that does like help you work on your goals and tackle so many different things. There's like a different topic every month. Again, it is like a paid subscription, and I do actually get access to it for free because I am a member of the affiliate team and the affiliates have access to it. I really try and take advantage of as many of them as I can. It's a really great program. I will say not all of the topics resonate with me, but a lot of them do. So I do tend to be a little bit more selective. If I didn't get access to this for free, I'm not 100% sure I would pay for it. But if you are looking for more support on your goals, I do think that it's a really wonderful coaching program, especially if you are using the MakseLife system or if you love the MakseLife community, because it's basically even more of that MakseLife family, MakseLife community, helping you and guiding you with your goals. I'm gonna swing back to like some of the tasks in a second. I'm just working on like the actual appointments now. One thing that I didn't put up for January on the 2nd was my video, but I will have a video up on Thursday as well. Might try and squeeze that in. That January was my goals, and then this one will have been my January monthly reset. Ooh, that smeared really badly. We've also got our cleaning people coming on Thursday. It is piano lesson day. So I've got the usual things I do on Thursday when the cleaning people are coming. I wish that I had written that just in regular script instead of in cursive. I always forget that I do not like the way my cursive looks with that pen, but that's okay. All right, so we are on to like Friday and the weekend. I don't have any plans yet on Saturday. We will by the time we get there, because you know what, that's how we roll. But I do have just a ton of plans on Sunday. We have a very, very busy Sunday that is going to involve a lot of kid shuffling. We have a double birthday party situation, not like one birthday party for multiple kids. Like my son and daughter both have a birthday party that they will be going to that are virtually at the same time, not exactly, but overlapping times, nowhere near each other, and both at like a place where you have to pay per kid, meaning we can't bring the baby. So we have some shuffling that we're going to be doing. My mother-in-law is going to watch the little one, and we are going to make it happen. Literally just did it again and just started immediately writing in cursive. It's hard for me to not write in cursive. I actually feel like I write in cursive more than I write in like regular. And these I'm going to purposefully offset from the lines, even though it makes it a little harder to write, but I think it's going to look better. So we've got this, and this one is going to be my son. My husband's gonna take him, and also it's near my mother-in-law, so he's gonna drop the baby off with her. So my daughter still has Sunday school in the morning, and then I will pick her up just like a little bit early to go to this party. Like I said, lots of kid shuffling. And then it is Sunday, so we still have our usual task list of things that we have to get done. And for the setting up of all of this, I have been using my January monthly. If you haven't already seen this plan with me, where I set up my monthly calendar and also my recurring schedule and a bunch of other stuff as well. So I'm using the recurring schedule and the calendar right now to get this stuff in there. And so far, really loving it too, if I have not mentioned that already. Get a little bit of this washi going. I'm not gonna need all of this space. A little bit of fun here. I don't really have a lot going on Saturday. Like I said, we will do something because we always do something. Again, add to that more. That's all I'm gonna do for Saturday because just like I said, I don't know what's going on. layer on that 2023 sticker. I don't know, Lexi Kylie, the scripts or the fonts that she uses are just, I love them all so much. And it's really just like, she's a really good eye for font choice. So I'm gonna grab my MakseLife, and before I jump in and put any more stuff on, I wanna just like copy some stuff over to the sidebar. This is the part that has made me super nervous to go horizontal because I like a weekly to-do list and there's not a ton of space down here. I think I'm actually gonna need to divide this in half, so I'm gonna try and write real small on the edge. And basically I wanna take the tasks from my MakseLife habit tracker, the tasks from my weekly action items, and transfer them over into this. This is something that I always do. I do this with my monthly goals and I do it with my weekly actions. I find this like a really helpful process. When I write my goals, I'm thinking about how they serve my higher self, how they serve my annual goals, and not necessarily the like practical tasks of them. And there's just something about like having it grouped by the life categories that I don't know, it's really easy for me to translate my goals into these life categories and to like break them apart that way and think through my week that way. But for me, this is step one, and I need to like turn that into a to-do list for it actually to happen. So I don't find this process, even though there's some duplication here, I don't find it to be unnecessary duplication. I find it to be very useful duplication. Somehow this just helps me cement everything in my mind. So from this, then I'm pulling out all of the ones that are, again, concrete tasks, like you can check them off when they're done. So anything that's a habit where I'm gonna be working on it every day or multiple days per week, or anything that's like a little bit more touchy-feely in my goals is not gonna go in this list. So like I said, I've got a lot of tasks on my weekly actions this week, and I did actually add a couple of other things that have just been on my mind as well, and that is 100% filled out. And then for habits, I'm gonna put the ones that are like the newest that I'm working on that I want to focus on the most here, and then we'll see how far down I get. So we've got my new skincare routine. We've also got my stretch breaks, bedtime, and for a lot of them I abbreviate. For the bedtime, I always write in at 10 because otherwise I do sometimes stretch it. It's usually because I'm reading something good. And I actually have like a bunch of new books that I just got from the library. So I have a lot of reading going on right now. Okay, so I was awake Monday. I did my skincare. We were very active yesterday. I did not make it to bed. We literally went and saw a movie yesterday, but that's fine. I'm not mad about it or anything. We had a really great time, so I'm gonna... It's weird to say that I wish these were squares and not circles. Like, I don't know why aesthetically I would just prefer these to be squares. It's obviously not a huge deal, but I'm just gonna say it. So I literally put this here, but I don't think this is gonna happen on Wednesday. It's gonna be my main focus for tomorrow is going to be getting my like content stuff back under control and organized and all of that good stuff. I had a very nice break at the end of the year where I didn't really think about it that much. I just kind of posted very sporadically, and if I had something, and just, you know, had a really nice break, which was definitely much needed after the plan miss. But now I'm ready to dive back into this year. And I definitely want to hang out with my husband tonight and just like chill, because if I'm potentially going to be on calls the next 2 nights, or doing stuff, which, you know, I again prioritize kind of getting that time in tonight, since that was also on my goals. I am just so loving this. All right, so I have no idea what's going on Friday, but I think that's where I'm going to leave that
for now, and I think that's kind of everything.
Okay, so I think that's where I'm gonna leave my weekly overview spread for now. Again, if you wanna see how the finished spread turns out, let me know or check me out on Instagram. So we've got my weekly overview. I absolutely love how this looks, so much fun. We've also got my weekly action items for the week and of course my daily duo for today. I hope you enjoyed getting to see my weekly planning routine again. If you did, definitely let me know in the comments down below. Again, I'm just loving this spread so much. Let me know how you're feeling about your planner lineup at the beginning of this year. Are you excited? Are you trying out new things? Are you sticking with what you used last year? I can't wait to hear all about it from everyone. So definitely let me know in the comments down below. I am super curious. This was so fun and definitely something totally new for me. And just, yeah, I'm really feeling the horizontal planner vibes right now. That is it for today. So please subscribe if you haven't already. I've got so much more fun stuff coming up this month and this year. You can also check me out on Instagram and TikTok at MyCraftyPlans to keep up with even more planner stuff, and I will talk to you all soon. Bye!